After 9 agonising years, the parents of murdered Queensland boy Daniel Morcombe are preparing to lay their son to rest, possibly within the next fortnight. For the details, 9's Joel Dry joins us from outside Brisbane Magistrates Court. Joel, this must be such a relief for Bruce and Denise Morcombe.
Yeah, Deb, a huge relief, as you mentioned. 9 years almost since Daniel's disappearance, and well over a year, in fact, since his remains were actually uncovered. And finally, the family has that news they've been looking for. Late yesterday afternoon, they were informed that the Queensland coroner had consented to those remains being released. Now, at some point today, a funeral director acting on behalf of the family will collect those remains from the coroner, and they'll be taken back to the Sunshine Coast, where a funeral is already being planned by the family. We've spoken to them this morning, and they said that possibly on the 9th anniversary of his disappearance next Friday may be the day that they finally lay their son to rest. Now, it's all happened very quickly. They got the news late yesterday. It did come as quite a surprise to them, so they're still a little bit in shock today. When we spoke to them outside of court here, they mentioned that it is a huge relief to the family. It means a lot to them, but they also mentioned this is one step in a very long process to receiving that final closure. Let's have a little listen to what they told us.
We've been waiting 9 years, and we can put Daniel to rest now, and it'll be a relief for Dean and Brad and Daniel's grandparents and the rest of our family.
I'm making the arrangements today for Daniel's funeral, and obviously having Daniel's remains released by the coroner to the family is enormous relief and a huge milestone. And very significant. But let's not forget where we are and why we're here. And, you know, all those years ago, Daniel was abducted, he was murdered, and that's the reason we're going through the legal process.
And Joel, the committal hearing into Daniel Morcombe's murder does continue today. What's expected?
Yeah, that's right. It is day 5 of the committal hearing for Brett Peter Cowan, the man accused of abducting and murdering Daniel. And poignant words there by Bruce. This is a momentous occasion, being able to bury their son, but this process, the legal process, is still very much underway. We have seen almost the first 3 days, in fact, have been dedicated to scientific evidence, DNA evidence about those remains that were discovered, and that's why having that evidence being complete, it now means that those remains have been consented to be released. We now move on to identification witnesses. A number of people today are expected to appear before the court and mention how they feel they may have spotted a boy matching Daniel's description at about the time he was missing. But really, the biggest news from today is that the family can collect Daniel's remains and finally look forward to burying their son. Deb?
Yeah, very important milestone for them. Joel Dry in Brisbane, thank you.